Hi everyone, my name is Kim and I am Barbara's daughter. Thanks so much for stopping by my Flosstube channel today. I'm recording this a little later than normal because I went shopping today to Needleworkers Delight, which is my LNS, the home of Silk Weaver Fabrics. So when I go pretty much for the fabrics, right? Because you can get floss and patterns just about anywhere online, but you can't get those fabrics online very easily. So it's nice that I can go there, and I did get some fabric and a few other things, so I'll show you that in the haul portion of my video. But I just wanted to say that I've been pretty bad with my comment answering the past couple weeks. I did manage to like them all, but not comment on all of them. It's been a crazy week. It was the first day of school for us, second week for my kids, and it's just been really busy. After months of not really doing much of anything because of COVID, now all of a sudden we're thrown back into like the busiest time of the year for us educators. So I'm just happy to be here on a Saturday talking to you about stitching because I wasn't sure I was going to make it this week. I didn't do a lot of stitching, but I have 3 whips that I am working on that I can show you. And like I said, a bunch of haul and some plans to talk about. So I think that's probably enough to make a video here. So I'll start with last week's video. I showed you all of my samplers and asked you to vote on which one you thought I should work on. And I said I will probably work on Christmas Garden at some point in September. And I had a whole bunch that hadn't been started yet. And by far the most overwhelming response was start all the samplers. So, I mean, if the stitchers tell you to do it, you got to do it, right? So I did start 2 samplers this week. The first one was the long-awaited Sally Spencer by Birds of a Feather. I don't think you can get this anymore. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I feel like someone said it might be out of print. I'm not sure. I have had this kitted for a really, really long time, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years, close to that. I don't know why I didn't start it. I absolutely am loving it. I have all the called for threads except for the red is supposed to be Buckeye Scarlet, and I am using Victorian Motto's new Coral Reef, which is a much pinker color. It's not bright red. I actually love it. I'm really glad I switched to that. I am doing this on a 36 count Heartland by Picture This Plus, and I basically went down the left-hand side and then just carried that one little strip of stitching across to see how wide it would be. There's another border similar to the one on the left over here on the right. So I'm really loving it. The only thing I will say, if you look closely at that, let me just clip this on actually. If you look closely at the left border, there are 2 colors that are very similar. So the very dark color, this is called Black Crow, and it's a blue black. It's not like black black. But right above it in those leaves, that's Brethren Blue. Now, if you look at the picture, see how close I can get that for you. There is, the Brethren Blue they have is much lighter. So their Brethren Blue, if you look at like the N and the O, that's the Brethren Blue, and the P is the Black Crow. Okay, so mine are much closer in color. I don't know if you can even tell there's a difference though. There is a difference, but they're very close. And I don't really mind it so much in the border. It doesn't bother me, but I think I'm going to want some differences in the blues, the blue and the black there. So I was thinking, I think I have an extra skein of blue corn, and I might go in for the Brethren Blue and substitute the blue corn. I'll probably leave most of what I stitched here, but I might take out like some of the leaves that I could restitch real quick, just so I get some of the blue corn in that border there, because I like the way it looks, but I'm just afraid that with those letters, there's not going to be enough of enough variegation, I guess, or change in the color from one letter to another. So I'm going to grab my blue corn and give that a try. I'll probably work on this again today because I'm really enjoying it. I've worked on it for 3 days now. I haven't worked very much. I've been really tired, so I've been going to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, whereas I was staying up till like 11 or 12 over the summer. So that's cutting in on my stitching time. But I've worked on it for 3 days, and normally at that point I would be like, okay, time to switch to a new project, but I'm really enjoying this. So I think maybe I'll work on it again tonight and then pick up something different for tomorrow to, I don't know if I'll continue a whip or start something new, but I think I'll give this one at least one more night this week to work on. The other sampler I started is from Stitches Through the Years, and it is Like a Cherry Blossom. And again, I have just this, I looked for a better picture where you could see the whole sampler in one photo, but I can't really find it. I should probably look on her Etsy shop. Just Googling it did not give me a great picture. This is being done on 36 count light mocha linen. And so it's just by Zweigart. It's not a hand dyed, and I wanted that because I didn't think that they had a lot of variegation in the model that they stitched, and in that fabric, and I like that. So I'm using all of the called for colors except I didn't want white cherry blossoms. I think of pink when I think of cherry blossoms. So my cherry blossoms are not Victorian Motto, Gentle Arts Tea Rose. And then because I changed my cherry blossoms to pink, I have this white Victorian Motto, which is shaded linen. It's actually like an off-white color. And I'm using that in place of one of the Anchor flosses that was supposed to be a like beige or cream color. And I don't have the Anchor floss, and I had this, so I decided to use that. And then there's a house at the bottom, which I haven't gotten to, and I don't know that my linen, shaded linen is going to show up as that color. You can see it's right up here. It doesn't show up super bright, and I think that's fine for that border. But when I get to a whole house, it might need to be a little bit of a contrast between the linen and the thread. So I might have to pick a different color for the floss. But I love the way this looks. I like my pink cherry blossoms and the kind of gray of the letters with the fabric. I just really love it. So I'm glad to have a start on that. And I will be probably putting this aside and working on something else and coming back to it later, though, because there's just so many things I want to work on. Need more time in the day, right? So the last thing I worked on this week, really just for one evening, because I want to finish this. I'm trying to get one done a week, and I'm about 2 weeks behind. Year in Chalk, Let It Snow. So I'm not doing these on the chalkboard fabric. I'm doing it on a variety of different scraps of beige. And I was just going to do this with the dark blue and the white. And then I added a pale blue, which shows up better in person than it seems to be showing up on the screen. So I have to do the word snow and then these snowflakes down here, and then it'll be done. So maybe tomorrow during the day I'll work on that. Try and get this finished. I am using chalk for the white, Victorian Motto Old Prim Blue for the dark blue, and Morning Sky Victorian Motto for the lighter blue on that. And that is a 36 count silk weaver fabric, but like I said, it's just a scrap of something. I'm not sure exactly what color. The next one that I want to do in this series is the October one. And Christy, right, from Java Girl Stitches. I just call her Java Girl Stitches, right? But I think her name is Christy. And Helen D have both done this where they did black instead of white and the orange. And I love it. I was totally going to do that. And then at Hobby Lobby today, I saw this, which is aqua. I don't know how well you can see because there's plastic there. Aqua and orange. So I'm like, could I do all that white in an aqua color? I don't know. We'll have to see. So I want to finish the Let It Snow one so I can experiment with this and see what that would look like because I love this ribbon. So it'd be great to get those two finished this week. They're nice and easy, like 2 nights and you're done with one of those. And speaking of my hands-on design projects, I guess we'll move right into haul. I had previously bought this box because my idea is to mount the hands-on design pieces on the front of something that's magnetic and then store the rest of them in the box. And my only problem with this was that not everything, because I'm not doing it on the chalkboard, I'm afraid not everything's going to match the checkerboard. I mean, I know it's black and white, it should match everything, right? But I just wasn't sure. So then today I found this, which I think is perfect. So obviously, and actually I could do it on the back, which is blank, so I wouldn't even have to cover this up, but I would put my piece on the front with a magnet, and then there's plenty of room in here for the other pieces, the other 11 pieces. It has a nice wooden lid. Actually, there's a seam down the back too, so I probably would have to put it over front here. But I feel like this is mostly white, so it would match everything. So I have 2 options here for when I finish those. I mean, I'm just going to stitch them all first, then finish them all together in the same exact way, but just with different fabrics and stuff. And then I will kind of decide what I want to put them on. So I went to Needleworkers today, and one of the things I was looking for were some giveaways because I am very, very close to 4,000 subscribers. Like I feel like I'm only like 20 or 30 people away, which is crazy because I find it hard to believe that 10 of you want to watch me cross stitch, but that's so amazing to me. And I really, really appreciate that people take the time out of their day to watch my videos because I know I have a list a mile long of Flosstubers that I want to watch. And I'm like a week behind on everybody now because I'm back at work. And so, you know, I go through and I try and watch like a little bit of everybody, but there's just not enough time in the day. So the fact that you made time to watch my video or like or comment something that I did, I really appreciate that. So I wanted to do 4 giveaways for 4,000 subscribers. So I'm getting ready. So I'm not doing any giveaways today. Hold on, people. But I bought some stuff. So I figure I might as well give you a little preview of what I bought. And I don't have them all put together yet, but I have some ideas. So the first thing that I bought to do as a giveaway, and I don't want to open it because I want to give it away, so I'm going to hold it kind of at an angle, so hopefully the glare isn't too bad. This is Annie B's Folk Art, and at Needleworkers they have these all hanging up, all done, and they're super cute on this fabric with the, like it looks like snowflakes, the dots. And so I got this pattern, and then I bought they have a pre-cut piece of 32 count fabric to go with it. And then I bought all of the DMC colors. So I thought, well, that would be a nice little package to do for somebody for a giveaway. So that is going to be giveaway number 1 for when I have that 4,000 subscriber giveaway. And then I have another pattern in my stash that I want to kit up for someone. So I found, I stitch on 36 count, but not everybody stitched on 36 count. So that's 32 count fabric. This is 28 count cashel linen in the color potato. I love that. I don't know if it looks like a potato, but it's a real nice neutral and has like little flecks of a darker like speckling in it. So this was a nice piece that will fit. It's 13 by 18, so it will fit the pattern that I have in mind for that. So that'll be a second giveaway with this fabric, the pattern, and floss. And then I decided I wanted to do like a finishing kind of package. So I've got Lady Dots. This is sterling, and this is like the, what do you call this? Velveteen that goes on the back of like a pillow or the top of a drum. And they only had a couple colors at Needleworkers, but I really like this pale gray. And Lady Dot creates pom-pom trim in snow. Really looks nice with that. And I thought, well, snow, we're getting closer to winter. So if you were going to, like, I wouldn't want to send you something summery because we're almost at the end of summer. So this way you could use it for something you're finishing in the winter. So I have that. And then I also, not with me, but I ordered a 6-inch hoop because a lot of people are finishing things inside hoops. And then I saw this adorable thing, which is a stand. So you finish your cross stitch piece in the hoop and then you stick it in the stand. So it sits like this and the hoop it goes up and down and sits in there. So I thought that was really cool. So I've got the hoop and the stand and these finishing things, and that is giveaway number 3. And number 4, I don't have yet. So we'll see what that becomes when I get to it. But I found those to give away. And I also found other goodies. I'm just reaching for them all now, both at Hobby Lobby and at Needleworkers. So Hobby Lobby was giving out these adorable little cards for, like, I don't have the card that was in it that explained it, but it's like International Send Someone a Card Day or something like that. So I got that. I got little sacks to put, I like to wrap things up nicely if I'm mailing them to people. So these are like pretty pastel colored sacks to put things in. I got these little adorable but very sharp scissors that come with a like a lid for the tips. And the price tag is in the way here. So I got a couple of those. Then I got these really cool scissors, which are wool ball scissors. It looks like a ball of yarn in the center there. I have a thing with black scissors. I feel like I'm going to start collecting them. I just bought them from that Anita's Little Stitches shop I showed you a couple videos ago, that haul. And then I bought this pair. I don't need more than like 1 or 2 pairs of scissors, really. But I just keep buying black scissors. I like them. I do not use needle minders, but those are pretty cool. So I thought I would put those in some giveaways. And these are straight pins that are like for cross stitchers. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I just got a whole bunch of fun stuff to put. I have like a container full of stuff that I want to use for like giveaways or gifts for people. And so I just kind of keep all that together. I showed you my orange and blue ribbon. I also got this ribbon, which I thought was super fun and bright and pretty. I'm trying to show it to you without the glare because the plastic's around it. Yeah, that's good. And at Needleworkers, I got the licorice pom-pom trim from Lady Dot's crates. That's for myself for a Halloween pillow. I bought a bunch of the Snow Village pieces. I have only done one of them so far, but I want to do them all as ornaments. I have the Skate and Sled Shop. I got the Snow Boutique. The Snowflake Stand. Iced Coffee Cafe. And the snow cone cart, which might be my favorite. I happen to love snow cones. I mean, who doesn't really? But he's super cute. So I got all those patterns to add to my collection of Snow Village pieces. I bought this Jeanette Douglas, what's it called? Fall Posy. So that it's a kit, comes with fabric and threads. And then I got some fabric. So I did buy 36 count Golden Oats by Silkweaver. It is a really pretty golden color. I'm obsessed with Wexford. I think I told you about that. I got Cinnamon Roll. And then I got some more 25 count Lugana because I really am liking that 1/1 on that Schoolhouse series. So I figure, well, you just should have some 25 count in your stash then if you want to do 1/1. This is potato because I really like that tiny piece of potato that I'm going to give away. And I was actually thinking of using this. I don't know where those patterns are. I think they're over in my bin. Fat Quarter Shop is doing a stitch along with... it starts in January, I think. I think they're called like snapshots. There's one for every month, and I bought the first 3, And I was wondering, they're pretty small already. I don't know how small they'd be if I did them on 25 count 1/1. They might be too small. But I got to investigate that. But I was thinking of doing that on this because it's super neutral. It could be good for every month. Not that it matters because you're going to switch them out anyway. So you don't have to use the fabric for every month, but I'll give it a shot. And I think that's all my haul. So last but not least is plans. And I have a big plan for this week, September 15th, which is Tuesday. I'm going to start stitching on the Plum Street Samplers 12 Days of Christmas. They are freebies on the Plum Street Sampler website. So I'll just flash you the first one, the Partridge in a Pear Tree. And Lori from Mischievous Stitches and I are going to stitch this together. We're going to use the hashtag 12DaysSal. I'll put that down here somewhere. And we're going to start on Tuesday. And I am going to use Gloriana's Poinsettia silk because I really want to just do it all in one color. I decided I wasn't going to use, I think there are 4 colors used on all these. Some are just red and green, there's black, and I feel like there might be like a beige or gold color in 1 or 2 of them, but I'm just going to do them all in red. And I'm still undecided as to my fabric. So I put on Instagram, I think a couple days ago, what color what looks best with these 2 silks. And I didn't say what it was for, but everyone, for the most part, there were a couple outliers, but everyone picked 1 of 2 fabrics. And it was either Picture This Plus Wren, which is like, definitely has those golden hues, which the red would look nice on for Christmas. Or this is from Victoria Clayton, and it's called Jackalope. And I don't know, for some reason I'm hesitating to use this, but now every time I hold the red up, I really like the way that looks on there. So I'm gonna have to stitch a little bit on this and see, because when I look at this by itself, I'm like, no, I don't think that's the color I want to use. But then when I hold it up with the red, I'm like, wow, I think that looks really nice. So the thing is, I'm not sure. I have to figure out how much I need for these pieces. I didn't ask Lori, but I am assuming she's doing it all as one piece. I could be totally wrong. I'm sure she will let us know in her video, but I am going to do mine as individual ornaments. And so when you have to add, you know, the border for each one, a little extra for finishing, I feel like you end up needing a little more. They're very small, like 60 by 56. I think every one of them is 60 by 56. But I just don't know if a fat quarter is going to be enough for this, because I went to Needleworkers to see what else they had, and he didn't have much because I went on a Saturday, and you know, things get scarfed up pretty quick once they're dyed. I did like the way this looked too, the golden oats, but I don't know if I have enough in a fat quarter. I have tons of fat quarters here, so I have to figure out what size fabric I need and if I can get away with a fat quarter, or if I want to just do it on like 2 fabrics because they're ornaments. So do they have to be on the exact same fabric? Maybe not. Or does this look good enough and I should just shut up and stop talking and use jackalope? I don't know. What do you think? Does it look? It looks pretty good like that, right? I like that it's dark. And I use, I'm thinking of hanging this on the tree. I have 2 trees usually. One is like very bright reds and greens and whites. And one is more like woodland, burgundy, darker reds and darker colors. And so I'm thinking that I would put those ornaments on that tree. So I kind of like that it's a dark fabric. So I have to decide by Tuesday. So if anybody else wants to stitch this along with Lori and I, we would love to see you join us and use that hashtag 12DaysSal. And I am probably going to start with a partridge in a pear tree and just go through. I don't know if I'll get them all done by this Christmas, but we'll give it a try. So that is definitely on my plans for this week. And other than that, I'm just going to see see what I feel like stitching. I'm kind of feeling like stitching more on Sally Spencer, so I'll probably work on that a little bit. And maybe my hands-on design, you're in chalks. So we'll see. But I'm also going to try and do a better job of answering comments this week. Hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter at work and maybe not bring quite as much work home. So we'll have more stitching time. Fingers crossed. September is usually a really busy month, but I just try and tell myself it's okay. For some reason, things do settle down in October, but September is just rough. I hope that you are all healthy and safe. I know there's a lot going on out there. There's terrible fires out west of here. I'm thinking about everybody who might be dealing with that or COVID or whatever. I just hope that you're finding some comfort in your stitching and in Flosstube, because this is a great relaxer for me as well. So happy stitching, everybody, and I will see you next week.